folks, it's another Friday, and in the Gregorian calendar, it's November 23rd. Leaves us with 32 days to go to Christmas. There's still time to catch up. Welcome. Now, today on the program, PDP meets on Tuesday to perfect campaign strategy, just as Buhari, Atiku, and others set for debate on January the 19th. CBN backs Labour on new minimum wage, and the House of Representatives says lower chamber will fast-track passage of bill, and later on, we'll share this with you. Customs intercepts 2 aircraft, 40 containers of tramadol valued at 7.31 billion naira. I'm hanging out with Bola Olajuwon. Bola, I greet you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
I haven't seen Cyril in a long time. Cyril, great to have you here.
Thanks. The pleasure is mine.
We expect Tony Waje to join us very soon, but I'm Citizen Jones Hussein. Welcome. The team is ready. I hope you are. Well, Tony is here, and we'll make way for him. Tony, you'll join us very soon. But let's go straight to business. In Africa, every great political campaign will rewrite the rules while devising a new way of unsettling the opponent, if you got me right. But again, here in our country, campaigns involve falsity and play acting. The main opposition party in our country, the PDP, perhaps believing that a centralized presidential campaign controlled from Abuja may be ineffective, is meeting on Tuesday next week to re-strategize. It tells me the Nigerian election debate group, which has fixed January 19 for debate, is ready for a big event ahead of us. And so all presidential candidates, including the incumbent Muhammadu Buhari, PDP's Atiku Abubakar, SDP's Donald Duke, and others are set for the epochal event. Ahead of the 1984 election in America, late President Ronald Reagan said this. Let me quote him: "I will not make age an issue of this debate, but I will not exploit for political purposes my opponent's youth and experience." I guess we can start from there.
Yes, we can. You know,
we can.
Sure, of course we can.
Come on.
You know, there was a debate where Ronald was actually aging, and then I think it was...
Ronald was 72.
Sure, he was.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, he was aging, and so he skipped some lines when he was asked a question. His opponent capitalized on it.
Don't forget he's an actor.
So when the second debate came, he gave him this blast. So yes, I think that for those...
Serious. I'll tell the producer to remove you here. No, it's all right. But go on.
Yeah, sure. So you see, the question of age, you know, is a factor that somebody, I think Governor Ayo Fayoshi, attempted to play up in the last circle. As a matter of fact, he made actual play acting out of it here in Lagos, you know, saying all kinds of unprintable and unsayable things on TV.
Yeah.
But again, on the flip side of it, we have seen that President Buhari has, I mean, this is 3+ years into his first term. And if you look at him, he looks healthier than when he first came on board. So I think...
But not to say you are not happy.
In a manner of speaking, I would say that if you want to bring age into the picture now,
okay,
there could be evidence to basically put a light to whatever you want to say.
Okay.
Yes, but coming back to the issue of strategy and so on, the PDP talking about decentralizing the campaign, I think that personally, if you look at from the formation 1998 up until 1999 when they won the first election, 2003, 2007, the PDP had always put forth what I would like to call an exploitation force.
Exploitation.
Yes.
I will underline that.
It's a military term anyway. Exploitation force of grassroots mobilization.
Yeah.
They have always bragged and gloated in their capacity to galvanize Nigerians from the grassroots across the nation. a broad spectrum. But I think that perhaps it was a question of having been in power for so long that they could not begin to take things for granted. Every empire falls when it does that.
Yeah.
And so they fell. But it would appear to me that with Atiku's coming to take the party ticket and so on, there seems the party appears to be learning so fast. I mean, you look at the meeting in Dubai, they come back, they've understood that in warfare, you can't have one single document, you can't have one single strategy all the time. So flexibility is of the essence.
It's
one.
key. Yeah.
Number two is the fact that you see, I think that from the tone and tenor of their campaign body language, if I should call it that, they're looking at optics, they're looking at perception, they're looking at some vital ingredients, which even if they will not automatically deliver...
Optics would also include read my lips.
No, of course they will include everything. So even where these things will not automatically and directly deliver the votes, they are the critical areas where the liberal class will converge and diverge and permeate those opinions and perceptions to people who will vote in villages and towns, but who will depend on their uncles and their friends to direct them on how to vote.
As opinion leaders.
Yes, so this is very critical. Leaders of thought, however, cannot be put in one particular fold for too long. Let me give an example. I believe that much as the PDP is now is now saying so much about strategy, the other side is also preparing its own counterpunch. As a student of political development, it's something I'd like to dispassionately just sit back and watch.
The Igbos, after listening to you, my brother from Ndebo would say, normally, you expect that to happen, don't you?
No, of course. In fact, I expect it to happen in a big way. Because see, there are two things involved here. The same way when you are prosecuting, executing a campaign, like I said, this perception and optics thing is like strafing when you're in warfare. You will strafe to soften the target so that when infantry moves in,
easy picking.
It makes things easy. But to think that playing to the gallery and hear people just making people hear what you want to say will on its own deliver everything isn't going to work.
But he was not at this soapbox. It's just his views. How do you open?
Yeah, to a larger extent, I agree with him. You see, from the perspective of what he said, you will see the PDP lashing onto every action of the federal government so far, or the APC-led government. You know, like, and I'm sorry to say, this is my opinion, they are overdoing it. Because, you know, at least they bring out, you know, the facts, the fallacy, you know, I don't know. And what the Minister of Information will say, fake news.
A former American leader said, during these campaigns, if my opposition will stop telling lies about me, I will stop telling the truth about them.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yes, something like that. Like, you see, it's quite unfortunate, you know, if you look at the last election, the last general election, the publicity secretary of APC then, look, it will bring out the fact. I'm sorry to say, it will bring out the fact and the way he will say it.
No, if you're saying the truth here or the facts here, don't be sorry. No. Except when you tell lies.
No, I'm not telling that. You know, the man will come on board, he will pick on points, he will marshal his points, he will say the fact, he will give you fact and figure. But in the case of this, what I just noticed about the strategy of the PDP, and, well, we can give it to them. In war, you know, as in politics, anything can go.
Except that in war, you are killed once.
But in politics, you kill many times. Yes, yes.
Okay, so, Cyril, the PDP admits to the strength of the incumbent in the Northwest, and perhaps it talks about the swing region, which is the Southwest. The PDP must hold on to something.
Of course, they must hold on to something. And I think that this is why we need to tread very carefully, because we are approaching very sensitive and delicate regions in this whole picture or portrait we call the 2019 elections. The fact is that, you see, voter psychology, for instance, in the Northwest, can pass for a proper ideal scenario.
Cyril, no vex. Please, let's bring on Tony. Tony Waje is becoming impatient. Let's go on this break and bring him on. All right, folks, we may now meet and greet Tony Waje. Tony, I greet you.
Thank you so much, citizens, and good evening, Nigerians.
I'm sure your family is watching you.
I'm sure.
Yeah. They have no choice. Cyril, you were speaking. Yeah.
Yes, I was. I was saying that, you see, if you look at voter psychology in the Northwest, I think it is about the healthiest in the country. And whoever commands the larger or vaster swathe of voting power in that place has something to bargain with. Again, we have seen that to be able to win a presidential election in this country, you would have to take, this, I mean, the Lugadian bifurcation, if I should call it that, of the North and the South is still very much alive.
Okay, when you use some of these words, you go break them down for some of us. This is a hangout.
You would have to take, let's say, the South,
okay,
and then a portion of the North.
Yeah.
Or you're taking the North and a portion of the South. In 2015, Buhari virtually took the North and then a portion of the South. When Jonathan also won, I think he took the South and then took a portion of the North. And you can go back all the way to Shagari and so on. You will see that same trend playing out. So fundamentally, if President Buhari still commands that cult following in the Northwest, then you can't sit in Abuja and hope to get voters to vote for you. It means that you would have to go down to where they are, understand their language, speak with them, negotiate with them. The Southwest, well, swing votes, not whether it is really even swing or not.
Swing zone.
Swing zone. I think that in the final analysis, whoever works the hard in the Southwest may just take it. But again, you can't take away the fact that even when locally the interests may be a bit intricate and may differ, fundamentally the APC still has the majority in the Southwest.
Okay.
So if you are to go by, I mean in terms of governor, so if you are to go by that permutation alone, it will still appear that psychologically,
so Southwest
they seem to have an edge.
is not necessarily your textbook battleground.
No.
It's
as
not.
we're looking at the Southeast.
No, it's not. It's not. And again, you see, so the fact is this: the structure of both parties, Buhari coming from the Northwest and then taking a Southwesterner as his vice, retaining a Southwesterner as his vice, Atiku coming from the Northeast and then taking a Southeasterner as his vice. So the game is now...
What an equation.
It's like saying every man to his tent and...
Not Israel, now, Nigeria.
Every man, so it's like saying, Oshibajo, give me the Southwest, I'll work on the North. Obi, give me the Southeast, and perhaps South, and then I'll work on the North. So this is more like, is it a zero-sum game of some sort? But I think that it's open. I mean, this is battle time. And nothing can be taken off the table. Citizens, people are talking about issues-based campaign. I want it. People are talking, but you see, in the end, since Nigeria has refused to deal with the issues confronting her and is behaving less than the issues that she should be dealing with, the campaigns will somehow also dovetail into... They may take off from issues, but...
Otherwise, what you want is what you get.
Exactly.
Want it,
exactly.
get it.
And it's just a doorstep away.
Tony, you were not inebriated by his... Look, when you get elected, pick
I know still.
Yeah, so how do you open?
Yeah, based on the issue, the topic here, I was listening to the chairman of the debate group, I think John Momo, yesterday on TV, and I mean, putting the date forward for the debate. It's a welcome development. People need to know the people we want to vote, contestants that we want to vote for. They must come forward. But we have this history in Nigeria that some of these contestants, most cases, I remember 2011, even 2015, some of them, I won't say maybe they were looking to, they see themselves as too big to appear before debate. When you appear before debate, you open yourself for evaluation. People need to know, because most times, those days you see people coming out you see door-to-door campaign. I remember growing up, you see politicians, election period like this, more like funfair, because in the evening you see people campaigning the street. I grew up here in Lagos.
What do you call what's this one now? Going from the
door-to-door campaign.
Grassroots campaign.
So you see the campaign. You see from the councillorship, that's at the ward, state, and you see campaign. In the evening they go around. The town exactly. But I don't see we don't see it anymore. And that's what I would have expected. Like, it's over. So,
but is it going with the times? Is it a sign of the times? Because you would have thought by the 21st century, electioneering would be more
interesting,
more sophisticated.
But unfortunately, it's like we're going backward. I was thinking that by now it would have been better. That thing, like 3 days ago, I think the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola was saying that I think he inaugurated a group in Lagos that is going to engage in door-to-door campaign for the president for the 2019 election, and I think it's something worthwhile. That's what Nigerians.
Again, for the umpteenth time, aren't you missing the National Orientation Agency?
No, do we still have them? We used to have National Orientation Agency. The last time,
Cyril will tell you there's a DG.
There's a DG that's just sitting in the office and collecting his pay. That's where it ends. I only heard about the NOA in 2015 during the election, and it was due to outcry from Nigerian cries like this from Nigeria. They made them to, that propelled them to come out. The issue, what I'm trying to say right now, is that we no longer do door-to-door campaign. We hardly know these people. So if the debate is what will bring them out, I don't see any big deal. You go there, even if you cannot. I mean, you're not eloquent in public speaking and all that. You can put your issues
for
in
you.
people.
The candidate must appear for the debate.
Yeah, that's the only. We don't know them. We don't know. If you ask me, for instance, now the candidate represents my constituency in Lagos, I may not.
I have some names now. Okay. Because the impression is created. Bola, I'll get back to you now, very soon. That it's a two-legged race. We are saying no. Donald Duke has joined the fray.
Yes.
SDP. There's our sister Obi Ezekwesili. What's the name?
Kashim Olawipo.
Okay, Olawipo is there. And then you have Showore.
Kingsley Mohalu.
So it is not necessarily a two-legged race. I may be wrong.
No. The issue is this. I think we have gotten to that level where, because here in Nigeria today, this is how it works. When these people get into office, we don't know them anymore. We don't see them. They go on bulletproof vehicles. They go on tinted vehicles. You don't even see them.
True.
They go on the street.
You would have preferred a bulletproof vehicle, please.
No, I don't.
Don't begrudge them.
No, we need to get this thing right.
Yeah.
We need to do it
Okay,
right.
stop bulletproof.
It's painful.
Open,
I don't say, like Peter Obi was saying at that forum, I don't want to... that as a governor for 8 years, he never used it. Yes, that's what he said. I'm quoting him.
Never used a
because
bulletproof.
somebody wants to kill you. We wait for you to, because you're not going to sleep in that bulletproof vehicle.
But you and I
that's what he
know
said.
that Peter was politicking.
Yes.
And
that's why I said I'm quoting him.
He becomes vice president tomorrow.
He's going to use it. It's a must.
I bet.
I'm just telling you what he said.
Your Excellency, no vex, so we are real here. But Bola, is there any such thing as a right man in a wrong party, a wrong man in a wrong party, or a wrong man in a wrong party, a right man in and so on?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we have.
Is there any such thing?
Yeah, we have that. Like if you look at what Donald Duke said yesterday, he said, the baggage of PDP will make any right thinking and the right politician to fail in terms of delivery, because the people there, they are problem to the party and to the candidates.
You have provoked Abdullahi from Abuja. He's here.
Yes.
Abdullahi, I greet you. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, let's go.
My name is Abdullahi, calling you from Guarumpa, Abuja.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Journalist Hangout, you are doing a great job. May God bless TVC station.
And bless you too.
In the stadium.
Okay,
I'm
then.
first asking about Ayo and Babajide. How are they?
Oh, Babajide is an MIA. Babajide is an MIA this evening.
My
Ayo is on a national assignment. Go on.
Some.
Go on.
It's about, I want comments about PDP. PDP, no PDP, we know who is PDP. We are in Nigeria since 1999 or 1980 something, where democracy entered in our land. We know PDP started, and for 16 years.
Abdullahi, please listen to me. This thing is not about a particular party, but we are saying the PDP wants to re-strategize. Don't switch sell or demarket PDP here. Just follow what we are discussing. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah.
Yeah, as I was saying.
Donald Duke
he
said yesterday.
Yeah, the baggage, I don't know, I don't want to explain on that. The man was a member of PDP. He knew...
Because I was going to ask you.
He knew what is obtainable in the party. You understand me? Then he said, if a man with good intention should contest under the party or on the platform of the party, it's likely not to deliver. He knew that. Then the man that said that...
Okay, that's the right man in the wrong party. That scenario, yeah.
Okay. Now look at him. Donald Duke, he did well as Cross River governor, but he's with SDP. I want to ask, does SDP...
Why are you quarreling with the SDP?
I don't see anything wrong with SDP.
No, there's nothing wrong. Let me talk.
The party
The wrong man in wrong party. I don't think it's the wrong party for him.
No. What of the structure? I'm looking at you from... Let me talk. In terms of delivery...
Let us quarrel at the hangout. It's a small hangout.
Yeah, I know. No, he said it. He said, that he cannot say SDP is a wrong party.
No, I said what's
we are
wrong with
taking it
SDP?
home quickly.
Okay, fine.
Please.
Now, what I'm saying is this. Like, what of Showore? Nice man, very youthful, with youthful exuberance.
Showore's party is the African Action Congress.
Yes. Then can the man deliver on the platform of the party, whereas the people are looking nationally? They are not localizing their campaign in order to win council election, councillorship election, chairmanship election.
So at that point, Showore is right man, wrong party?
Yeah, that is it.
Which one is the right party?
Which one is the right party? A right party?
Yeah, specifically the party that can... No, let me... The big parties. They can deliver, they have the resources, they have the platform, they have the structure, and they have the food.
I don't want you to stand alone here.
They have the food soldiers. They have the food soldiers.
They have the one by one.
You know the issue. This matter is a Gordian knot.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Because you look at it, what makes these parties the big parties
exactly.
is big money, which alternatively
control of
we might
states.
call dirty money.
Straight.
I won't say that. It's you.
Well,
Yeah, it's not less.
It's you. I won't say it's dirty money. I won't say that.
No, control of the state resources.
In many cases,
that makes them national.
Imagine INEC that is so disconnected from parties and voters. They go up and said, people who are running for presidency should not spend how much now? Is it
1 billion?
You know,
1 billion.
They should give us, hold on. They should give us the report.
Gentlemen, the producer is the Oga here. I'm doing the producer's bidding. We have rested the matter. But let the debate continue. Let the debate continue. Whatever we say here is not the last word on any subject matter, as is to provoke the debate. All right, then, we'll go on this break and return. Folks, so moving on, you know, the last has not been heard of the new national minimum wage imbroglio. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has thrown its weight behind organized labor's quest to ensure a new but living wage for the beleaguered Nigerian worker. The Apex Bank believes it can boost the economy. Meanwhile, House of Reps Committee Chairman on Labor, Employment and Productivity, Ezenwa Onyewuchi, says the National Assembly would give the minimum wage bill accelerated hearing and passage. Needless to point out that a supposed agreed 30,000 naira new minimum wage is the subject of controversy. Where does the whole scenario leave us here?
Well, for me, I think it's a good thing that the CBN, an institution such as the CBN, has publicly thrown its weight behind the minimum wage question. Ostensibly, in the words of the governor, I think, what they said the other day, was the fact that the country's recession, recovery from recession, was still tepid, which means to say it's not yet strong. And so there is need for us to boost aggregate demand. There is need for us to stimulate some kind of spending, purchasing power, to boost the economy. So from that economic point of view, yes, we need to also let Nigerians know that minimum wage is not just about labor versus government. It's not entirely a political issue. It is first of all and primarily an economic issue. You remember that...
Constitutional,
yes,
as well.
As well. You remember that when Obafemi Awolowo brought this issue of minimum wage, introduced it in the Western region, Nigeria, first, what he said was that there is need for the average Nigerian, or at least the Nigerian worker, or for the state, for the Nigerian state to have a national minimum living standard. And so a wage must be identified that can conduce to that national minimum living standard. So this wage is the fact that when the Nigerian worker becomes better, the state itself automatically also becomes better in other ramifications. The governors who are debating this minimum wage question have not satisfactorily and convincingly, for me, told us why they won't be able to pay this minimum wage. I'll give an example, just one example. Which day one governor announced, I don't want to mention the name of the governor, one governor announced that he was going to give the Super Eagles some amount of money.
Why won't you announce? I know it's not a governor call.
If it is not
just announce it. Everybody is in the public domain.
No, if it is a fact,
it's in the public domain.
There's a reason why
I put it to you. You are afraid of the man.
You know me better than this.
I don't know. For once, I don't know you. No, because listen, if it is a fact,
it's a fact. It's in the public domain.
Man? It could be his governor.
It is.
Citizen, I find a governor who appoints an advisor on timekeeping more ridiculous than that.
Oh,
so when I say I don't want to mention, it is because there's a broad spectrum of inanities that they are committing. So I don't want to pick on one and say he's only guilty party. That's why. Now you see, so the fact is that, like always, there are misplaced priorities. There's a lack of understanding of the question. People who are running for president are saying that they're going to pay 100,000 naira as minimum wage. I was speaking to a labor leader some days ago, and some weeks or months ago, and I asked him, this minimum wage is being, the agitation to raise the minimum wage is because there is a criminal deficit in infrastructure in Nigeria. And so the worker must have money to fend for himself in so many ways. Otherwise, where we had infrastructure, where we had good schools, where traffic won't be a problem, where housing was there, the worker will only need to spend very minimally because the cushion is already provided for.
Yeah.
So there are two scenarios. And the primary and foundation scenario is the fact that the state should have taken up the responsibility of providing infrastructure. When you earn, they have not, I challenge the federal government or any state governor to produce a worker earning 18,000 naira as minimum wage and tell us how he is living the ideal, ideal life.
Otherwise, Cyril, show us the slip, pay slip.
No. Give us a worker.
Okay.
Let us say his name is Tunde Samson. He earns 80,000 naira. He lives here. And this is how he spends his 80,000 naira, satisfactorily. He has a family of 3 children.
It means you wait until December next year.
Waiting for Godot.
Tony, but again, it bears repeating that it makes total nonsense of it if we lose our voices over a constitutional matter. The national minimum wage. We said it last week here. Let's go over it. Tony, if your governor has more than 500 aides who are not paid minimum wage and who are not owed at any point in time, if your governor also takes home a security vote, which they say is not audited, and I'm wondering why not.
Yeah.
So why can't rationality come in here? Should we? Come on.
The truth is this: I don't think our governors are sincere about it. You just mentioned the retinue of aides most times. As a governor in the North Central, that's what 1,000 aides, and they pay them above the minimum wage.
They are not old either.
Yes, they are not old. They are never old. Of course, people working the hangers on.
They are not old.
Yeah, apart from what Siri was saying about once you provide infrastructures and all those needed things to buffer the effect on the average Nigerian worker, I think it goes beyond that. Even if all those facilities, free education, quality healthcare and all that, it still needs to take at least a living wage home, something you can be proud of. You can't work for 1 year. And apart from that, they are still being owed. We still have in this country
23
states that have been owed state. Yes,
23
yes.
states out of 36 are reportedly owing the so-called 18,000 naira minimum wage.
That's why I said the governors are not even.
That's a crying shame.
It's painful. And then you expect this because you go to work every day. For instance, we are here now. We go to work every day, and you return home empty. How are you going to think? Your family, they're expecting a lot from you, and you're getting back home. You're not buying those things that you normally want things. I mean, it's going to cause a ripple effect. And then the governor is there, moving with convoy on the. I mean, a governor goes about. At times I've seen them. At times 8 cars. You see an ambulance following the governor. There's a spare vehicle, empty tanks. I mean, these tanks.
If you were a governor, you won't go around with one vehicle.
That's something has to be done differently.
Okay.
Maybe until I get it. But for now, I don't think I would do it that way. Until I get there. But for right now, as I'm sitting down here, I don't think I'll do that. I can't carry 8 cars.
But then, again, this is not detracting from the main frame of the discussion. But I'm saying Labour all the time would stir the hornet's nest. But 23 states owing the 18,000 naira minimum wage is something to go to strike about. I don't know if you understand. And then go to the National Assembly. They are not on the minimum wage and they are not owed.
Yes, yes. Like if you look at it, you see, give it to President Muhammadu Buhari. He gave.
You are not campaigning.
No. Give it to him. How many times? I think more than twice. Paris payments.
Let me stop you briefly, because from Cyril's River State, there's a Kennedy calling us.
Okay.
Kennedy, I greet you. Welcome. Yes, Brother Kennedy, how are you?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, let's go.
And to the three other of your gentlemen there, my greetings to everybody.
Thank you.
I'm very fine. Please, first of all, before, in the real sense of the word, first of all, this program is about facts. It's about discussing the happenings in the country. So that means we are here to say things the way they are. I pick a grudge with the gentleman to your left, saying there is a particular governor that did or that does something.
Now your brother from River State.
Not what it's supposed to be. He can say he doesn't even need to mention the governor's name, but he tell us the state governor. Tell us the state governor, and then next time we know. Okay,
but I cleared why I didn't do that.
About the state governor.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's number one. Then number two, you see about this 30,000 naira minimum wage. There's this question I would like for us to ask. Why are there no, like this journalist hangout? Why once in a while, Ayuba Waba or Achise not among this panel?
No, he's not a journalist. Kennedy, no go there.
Police are dying to get answers to.
Okay.
Take for example, 1 minute. Take for example, sir. Just 1 minute, sir.
Go
Do we even know how much our state governors earn as salary per month? That's number one. If that is the case, how many times has Labour organized a strike to that effect? Our House of Representatives and whatever they call themselves members, do we know how much they earn in a month?
Kennedy, not whatever they call themselves.
How many times has Labour shut this country down, demanding why their salaries should not be so humongous and so high?
Okay. Kennedy, well, Cyril, I said don't start a war which even when you win, you gain nothing. Now your brother from Rivers State, don't mention the governor, mention the state. All of these other guys go tell us the governor.
I'm sure. I mean, if you had followed the trend, he would have understood, why I did that, and then I cleared the air on that. But the fact is that, you see, from what Kennedy is saying, I'm not a labor leader, or I'm not in labor either. Yeah. But I think that the Nigerian worker is fighting a war against the Nigerian state. Or the Nigerian state has declared war on the Nigerian worker, directly or indirectly. And like Leon Trotsky would say, if you're not interested in war is interested in you. Yeah. So what do? You have to choose your battles wisely. You cannot today, look at ASU now. For instance, you cannot today say you're going on strike against the governors, and the minimum wage that was supposed to have been rectified, I think some 2-3 years ago, had not been rectified. You're fighting the governors, you're fighting the federal government, you're fighting that. There's so much to fight. You need to choose the battles you want to win. When you win them, they can have spiral effects on the others.
There's an addendum. Don't fight with a particular enemy all the time. They know your tricks.
Of course they do.
Yeah, because, gentlemen, Labour said if by December the 30,000 naira is not paid, the strike it's suspended, might resume. And so the long knives are ahead of us.
Yeah, election is, of course. Why is the strike coming up now? It's, we know in Nigeria...
Take us home, quickly.
Okay, we know in Nigeria that government listen more when you strike. Strike is what they listen to. And you saw on radio the other day when I was saying, Labour, please, sit up this time. Don't go to Aso Rock and then... But that's what happened. The next day they went and they called off the strike and they are regretting... Now they want to reassemble Nigerians, and I don't know how they're going to do it. If you want to organize a strike like that, we know how it works in Nigeria. Once you're summoned, and it's over. Once you hear that the labor leaders are meeting government officials in the heat of a strike, what you're going to hear next is that it's called off. And I was hoping that it's going to be different this time. I'm not for labor, because labor...
Tony, it's not un-Nigerian to say that it appears labor is being used. Especially at a time
No. It's a legitimate call. They need their salary to be looked into. So if they are coming at this time, as I said, this is the language government hears most times. Just strike. Yeah.
Government, you have a choice. Prove Tony Waje and his brothers and cousins wrong. Okay? So there should be reasonableness. I think that's the word. Okay, to our last subject for the evening. If one considers the brazenness of drug smugglers and their audacious lack of respect for law enforcers, then you realize, rather lamentably, that the fight against drug smuggling worldwide is perhaps unwinnable. Eagle-eyed men of the Nigeria Customs Service on Thursday intercepted no less than 40 containers which harbored, gentlemen, 2 aircraft, dismembered, and the banned addictive substance, tramadol. The street value is conservatively put at 7.31 billion naira. Customs Comptroller General Hamid Ali says investigations are on to fish out the owner of the helicopters found in the containers, who may be connected with the imported banned substance. You want to believe him?
Let me take a quote from, I think, the Controller General.
Quote all the quotables.
He said, in the criminal desperation, importers of these items offered bribes to the tune of 150 million naira.
I heard that.
To my officers to effect the release of just one 40-feet container, just one.
That tells what they make.
With promises of even bigger sums to follow in the event that their attempt succeeds. The officers played along and eventually arrested 3 suspects with the money.
Which is saying we have suspects in the
custody.
In custody. So,
but I'm wondering because
do you know you have quoted the Comptroller General?
Of course I have.
And it's in the public domain.
Oh well.
So 3 suspects.
Yes, have been arrested. You see, the more they get arrested, the more they get busted. It seems it is even the more they are brazen, you know, they become more brazen.
Yeah.
Just today in Olo, in Imo State, I've forgotten now, is it Metamorphine Lab or so?
Yeah.
Was,
yeah.
you know, yes, the NDLA busted it was quite a big place. They went there, they were able to arrest people, and then they arrested them. I think that besides oil bunkering, you see, there are many informal sectors or illegal sectors of our economy that are so big that if we don't take care of them soon, they can sabotage the nation.
Serious, but the point must be rubbed in immediately that bunkering is not illegal, but you can do it illegally.
Citizen.
Bunkering is...
No. Okay, what I mean is people who are not licensed to operate.
So put them that way.
Okay, fine. So those who are not licensed to
Because
operate...
Tony might be interested in bunkering, you know, but do it
legitimately.
right, legitimately.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So the point I'm coming at is this. We have a big task on our hands. Economically, socially, politically. Look at the fact that these things are bringing into Nigeria. People are going to consume them.
Yeah.
Citizen, today I was in public transport. I was coming, and then so I shared the front seat.
Don't worry,
Please,
we'll get you a car. Go on. So you stop.
I have a car today. I chose to use.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
So can get your additional one.
The person who sat near me to the rear, you know, kept on talking. Initially, I thought she was praying, and I have to say, and
she was thinking aloud.
And I have to say this on national television. This person was dressed in a uniform that belongs to the forces, not state, not state,
police,
federal. You know,
police, that soldier.
You know,
Cyril, say it here. You at least
Citizen.
you don't know her name.
The man has come again.
He has come again.
you have not come again.
Soldier?
Please hold on.
Or a police.
The policewoman. She kept on talking
To herself.
I thought she was praying. So I tried to, you know, see what she was going. Everything she was saying was seriously incoherent. And she was speaking out slowly until she fell asleep. She woke up again. She continued talking. And I said, you know, gentlemen, let's look at this thing. You know, I was, what I'm just saying is that there is something happening to the Nigerian mind that we are not taking into consideration. And drug import, this illicit drug market is helping to substantially fuel and push it to a level that we are perhaps not aware of, but has reached the highest or most dangerous proportion that the nation can bear.
But I'm sure all of us know that after gun running, drug peddling is number 2.
But they go pari passu.
Well, you know, but
Yeah,
it's dangerous.
related.
Yeah. Tony, but the target would be the youth.
The youth, of course, that's what you see.
The
on
target
the
is the youth.
Yeah, we're seeing it everywhere in Lagos. We're seeing it everywhere.
You know, I hear about tramadol. I've not seen it.
Yeah.
Bola, I'm sure you've heard it. Cyril, you have.
I've not seen
They
it.
say what they do. I've heard this. You go to a party, Tony, Cyril, and Bola, and your friend offers you a bottle of Coke. Please, no taken.
Yes.
Go on.
Yes. It's that bad. It's that bad. Because, let me take it from there. You go into most of these stores under the bridges in Lagos, go to Joelegba Bridge, Mile 12, Akpongba, and all. These are the areas you can see. You see all these who selling alcoholic beverages, alcoholic drinks.
You don't try monkey tail before.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Don't try even the head.
But this one is even worse than monkey tail. Because it knocks you off. You can sleep for 2 days.
You remember the robber, I think in one of these, Ondo?
That slept off and he eventually died.
The
In
kidnapper.
the process, yes. That tells you the dangerous effect of these drugs. It's worse than monkey tail and all that. This one, he takes it and you could sleep for 2 days. No matter what, let heaven fall. So it's that bad. And the youth are consuming it. You walk on the street. You can even, some of them are, staggering during the day.
Oh, yeah.
During the day. Just take a drive round from Mile 12 or from Ikorodu Road down to Akpongba and return through Ojuelegba. You see them everywhere. That's what they drink. And they consume. You see them.
I hear they do all sorts of things.
Yeah, because it makes they think negatively once this thing is available to them. And most times it's not even expensive. All you need to do most times maybe like $100 or thereabout. And so you can afford
ahead
it.
of 2019, you are not surprised. You are not surprised.
That's my fear.
Seriously.
But Bola, look at this other angle to the whole thing. Tramadol and related banned substances. We used to talk about pre-inspection, pre-shipment inspection. You don't think we should go back there?
Yeah, I think we should go back. At least that is going to minimize the rates at which people import those banned substances. Because, like, you see, what is obtainable now in most countries? Look at Hajj, for that matter. Saudi Arabia, they have agents in Nigeria here. It's not even, they are not leaving everything.
What agents?
They are agents to inspect your bag.
Okay, before you move.
Yes, before you even move.
Okay.
You know, the immigrations, the custom, you know, the NDLA, they do their bits. But finally, before you move out of the airport, these people will search your bag. Even when you are going, when you are leaving the country and you are coming to Nigeria, they do that. Why can't we be doing all this? That is the question.
Yeah, and I hear that at the airport you can't afford to be a good man or a good woman. A fellow passenger says, I beg, hold this thing for me.
No.
But it's that bad.
It's bad.
Exactly.
It is bad.
But that's not us.
Yeah, it's not us.
Yes, that's
But it's a situation of
But that's
things.
why it's degenerating.
We need to, I think it will be, I mean, this is not just a customs problem. Citizen, the DSS, the police, and all the
Immigration,
deep
custom.
state actors,
Yeah.
for
Quarantine.
for a consignment, 40 by 40 feet containers of pharmaceutical products with duty paid value of 7.31 billion naira. But drug buyers don't produce that money.
But I can tell you, that is not the market value.
It's conservative.
That's not the market value.
It's, of course, so it's
that money didn't, I mean,
undervalued
that,
most times.
Yes, those monies didn't initially come from poor people.
Of course.
So who are dropping the seed capital? Who are these investors in the destruction of our society?
It's a ring most
that
times.
we must trace. Boko Haram has investors. We are looking for them. These people now, these drug people now, they have investors. We should be looking for them. We need to get to the root of the matter. Look, if we don't do that, meanwhile, when they put pressure on common people who use these places, you see someone who is doing business, he will say he's bringing his shares into the country, he's bringing his maybe what he bought from the US into the country, and that for 6 months he has been fighting to clear them. Meanwhile, those who can spend big money
will get their things cleared
with very evil and sinister ends can easily get them cleared. Yeah. When you can afford to bribe agents with up to as much as 150 million, and telling that this is just.
And the money is coming. Tony, and we are talking about a container that's been arrested. And I don't know, I'm not playing the devil's advocate. Some other container could have escaped.
Yes. If you recall, I think 2 years ago when the ammunition, the guns. You saw the one they caught, but majority of the containers were off the port. So the issue is that now, I read the story and I'm looking at the fact that, okay, these are the ones we've caught already. What about the ones in the society, within the system already? Yes. The issue is, it's a fact. We know how this thing works. I used to clear cars before at the port. I know what happens.
Oh, you used to?
Yes. Once you have the cash, there are certain things, always the way you
don't clear anymore?
No, for now.
Okay.
So you need to go. You need to go to the port and see what's going on there. It's horrible. Yeah. So to do certain things now, especially at the port there, it's not for a chicken-hearted. You can't bring those things and you must be firm on the ground. There are certain financially you must be grounded, because once these containers come, there are certain people that should inspect this container.
Pre-shipment or post-shipment?
No, post-shipment.
Post-shipment.
Yes, at the point of entry. They go there, they have an idea. Once you can pay the money. But I thank the present controller of CG of Custom. I think he doesn't take...
Before we go, in the container 2 aircraft concealed.
Yes.
That tells you the extent.
People can
level.
go. No, you look at the profits. You look at the profit for everything that is banned. There's likely to be more profit for these people if they can sell it. And that is the driving force.
Okay. No wonder the Nigerian is the 8th wonder of the modern world. It's all right.
If you say that.
This is not derogatory, you know.
If you say that.
We are 4 wonders. We are 4 wonders. Let me thank Bola Olajuwon for coming.
Thank you.
Tony Waje, I thank you very kindly. Cyril, and not to worry, the Hangout is a safe haven.
Okay.
From here.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We must leave now, but not before asking you to join us on Monday at 5. And also, you can watch Journalist Hangout on other platforms that will show on your screen, and on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. The feedback channel remains the same. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Bye-bye now.